Hello, this is Blue Star, Defender of Equestria, and this is my, I guess my predictions or my thoughts and feelings on Infinite Warfare. It may not be an infinite success, but I think it's probably going to be pretty good. Yes, honestly, I kind of wanted to make a video like this, after seeing about E3, but let's just say, long story short, it's just unfortunately just got pushed off, and to the point of like, you know what, there's no point in doing this video now, so, But now that Infinite Warfare is pretty much a few days from release, I decided that I wanted to just talk about what I think and feel about it, because I think the thing is, I was pretty much sold by there was a trailer, a campaign trailer, where they show, I think, parts of a mission. That was one of the first things I like about this. Like, they're clearly editing out parts of this mission so that it's not the entire playthrough, which I think is which is good. Yo-ho, that makes me happy because I hate spoilers. I normally avoid, watching trailers and stuff like this and basically playthroughs of levels because I want to play it and be surprised when I play it myself, but I definitely wanted to learn more about this game. How does it work? How does it operate? And all those sorts of things. So, so I watched it, and I was definitely sold on this game by the end of this video. And because pretty much, I think my conclusion was, this is a modern spaceborne military in action. It kind of operates on the way that Babylon 5's, the Earth Alliance ships in Babylon 5 were designed, on the principle of, if we had the technology to build these ships, this is the way that they would look and operate. Like, the Earth Alliance cruisers destroyers are big, huge, blocky, ugly things, but they are very effective military designs, and they're very effective and deadly. They may not be pretty, but they'll blow your ship apart. Which is definitely the how the modern military operates. It's like, so anyway, and the other is, I also learned that, it's like, I remember reading somewhere that, well, this game is it's going to be more like World War II than it is going to be like Halo or something, or science fiction. I think science fiction was how they describe it. Because, yeah, even I thought, it's like, this reminds me of Halo when I saw the trailer. It's like, there was even a ship that vaguely looked like a pelican in there. Because, again, it sounded like this is going to be the war that the Spartans were going to go off and fight, but then the Covenant War started. But that's exactly why I almost kind of like this. I'm intrigued. I'm not thrilled by this. It's like, oh, this is gonna be the best game ever. No, it's probably gonna be okay, but it's probably not gonna be great. But it is intriguing. It's like, this game has the potential to do very well, or crash and burn, or maybe okay. I'm gonna go on okay. Oh, yes, it's almost a separate video in itself. It's like, because there's obviously a lot of hatred surrounding Call of Duty. Or is there? Oh, again, but I think the short answer is, people supposedly hate Call of Duty, but they continually buy it, so yeah, so I think that was, yeah, I think that, the people who make Call of Duty have come to the same conclusion that I think I've probably come to the same conclusion that they have, that all the supposed hatred of Call of Duty doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is, do people buy it or not? And despite what everybody says, we know they're probably going to buy it anyway, so go ahead, beat on Call of Duty. Dislike our video. We don't care. We don't care as long as you buy it. It's probably what they're thinking, and you know what? And if it does crash and burn in the sales, then that's the time that they're probably really going to take notice of that. That was me almost venting, because yeah, I was going through the comment section of the trailer, and I'm just like, wow, really? I am so disappointed in so many different ways, because it's like, people are just, condemning this game before they've even remotely played it or know anything about it. And the other is that, it's just like, well, it's space, it's going to be terrible. Ugh. Who says? And the other is, when people think, I think the problem is when people think space, they think, they think lasers, aliens, and all stupid stuff. Not stupid stuff, but stuff that's been done before. None of that applies in this case. This is why I actually kind of like this idea. It's just going to be people fighting other people. And the other thing is, we're probably not going to leave the solar system. You know, there's no FTL or faster than light drive, as far as I'm aware. It's like, it's just, this entire conflict is going to take place inside our solar system. That's something that really hasn't been done either. Usually when they do space, it's usually in a in a galaxy far, far away, or in a star system on the other side of the galaxy. It's like, no, it's going to be like, we're going to be fighting on like the moons of Saturn and Mars and the moon and, you know, and stuff, which again, I think that's going to be interesting. Again, it's going to be something that hasn't really been done before, to be honest. It hasn't been done a whole lot. And again, it's like, and and in all honesty, I'm tired of sci-fi shooters. They keep me up at night. Oh, because a lot of times, because with sci-fi shooters, anything goes. It's like, because you never know what you're in for. You don't know if you're gonna turn the corner and see someone being eaten by a giant slug monster or something. And honestly, I'm tired of that stuff. It's just not my thing, I guess. But anyway, yeah, it's gonna be nice to play a game where it's like, yeah, there's gonna be some not nice stuff in it. It's a story about war. What were you expecting? But at the same time, it's gonna be noted, okay, we're gonna be fighting people and robots and probably large machinery. Okay, goody. It's like, please don't insert like, oh, we found an alien artifact from an ancient alien race somewhere. Please don't do that. I don't want that. That's been done so many times. Please don't do that. It's like, it's just going to be, you know, one group of people fighting another bunch of people. It's like, it's a true space marine. I think that'll be interesting. And, yes, and it's like, somebody said this is going to be more World War II than science fiction. Oh. So that sort of explains the opening. Because, yeah, for the United States, World War II began with the bombing of Pearl Harbor. Yeah, it was a terrible, terrible day. It was just, so yeah, it was not the way that, you know, this is not the way that in a way you would want to enter a war. Of course, nobody does, of course. But it's like, yeah, I mean, this big, huge, devastating attack, not the way in a way you'd want to open a game or anything. So because yeah, it's like I remember saying, it's like, yeah, I mean, like Battlefield 1 had a much more let's go get them. It's like Battlefield Call of Duty Infinite Warfare was, we're under attack and we're getting our butts kicked. So that wasn't the best way to open it, but that's exactly the way that World War II opened. So I'm going to take them at their word that this is going to play out more like almost in a way, a classic Call of Duty shooter than it is. It's just going to happen on spaceships and other planets, and rather than in like the beaches of Normandy and France and, you know, the Pacific in places. And who knows, you know, I think it's going to be okay. And the other thing is that I was looking at this and saying, yeah, this is, watching that campaign mission, it's like, this is almost in a way a classic, almost like Navy SEALs mission. It's like, you know, okay, we're going to infiltrate their defenses, we're going to fly to this ship, get past their defenses, attack the bridge, disable the weapons, and get out of there so that our big destroyer can go and take out this ship. This is almost exactly the kind of mission you would send the SEALs on. And this was actually a pretty legitimate, you know, an effective tactic. I mean, I don't know how realistic it would be to be able to board a spaceship in the middle of a big battle like this, but, and that was the other thing that I was thinking of, like the cable guns. Like, this feels kind of cheesy. But then again, if I was a space marine trying to board an enemy ship, I would probably want something like a cable gun. Because just like with the paratroopers, you don't want to be, you know, floating up there like lazily, just like, okay, so, you know, their parachutes are not designed to do that. The parachutes are designed to get them down as fast as possible, to the point where if they don't land correctly, they'll break their legs. Because while you're sitting up there going, la 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 la, that's giving the enemy more time to shoot and kill you. So you need to get down on the ground as fast as you can. And the same thing with a space marine trying to board an enemy spaceship, is that you want to be on that ship and in cover as fast as possible, because it might be cool and fun to float around and like la 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 la, but that means that you're all exposed and everybody in the universe is pointing guns at you and being able to shoot and kill you pretty easily. So yeah, you'd want to be able to fire a grappling gun onto that ship, and even if you had to hand pull yourself onto that ship so you could anchor yourself onto the ship and get on it, you know, as fast as you could, you'd want to do that. And not to mention in space, I mean, it's being anchored to something is very important, because otherwise you're just going to float away and stuff. So, so being able to anchor yourself to something would also be very important as well. So that made sense, and that works. I mean, obviously, I don't think that it would be able to pull you quickly as quickly as it is in the video. But oh well, it's a video game. They can cheat a little bit, and I liked it. I just simply. I also like the launching sequence, because up in the left-hand corner is like all the little details of like all the like stats, like okay, like pressurization completed, engine check completed, entering tube, sealing tube. It's like I like those. For some reason, I like those little details. I think that was kind of cool. And I think it was Ethan, like this robot. It was kind of cool. It's like a robot, cool. It's like that's pretty cool. And he sounds pretty cool. He sounds like he's not a stupid drone. He actually sounds cool. And I also kind of like how how it's designed. It may not be a cool looking design, but it looks like a pretty effective and almost again, the way that if you were going to build a robot like this is pretty much how you would build this robot, and it works, and it seems to work, and it's kind of a cool idea of like, oh, we're going to have a robot come along with me. That's going to be kind of cool. I like that. Some other interesting things is that gravity and stuff is obviously going to be a factor here. That like if you throw like the EMP grenades at a group of enemies and you're on an enemy ship, it's like it temporarily disables the gravity plating there, and they're all like going like oh and stuff. And there are parts where the gravity goes off and everything, and it's going to have some interesting combat situations there. So I think overall, I think that this game is going to be pretty good. I mean, it's probably not going to be great, but it'll be okay, and I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I'm intrigued. I'm not thrilled, but I'm intrigued, because it simply has the possibility to do really well, and just like, Modern Warfare, this is a big move for them. This is a big step, because it's like people complain them all the time. It's like Call of Duty never does anything new, and they're trying to do something new. I mean, they're trying to push into somewhere that they haven't really gone before all that much, because World War II has basically been exhausted. I think the modern era in a way has been quote unquote exhausted to a point. It's sort of like Call of Duty needs to find a new direction. It needs to find it quickly, and this might work for them. I think this might actually work for them, and if not, oh well, they'll find out. And of course, I keep forgetting that with Infinite Warfare comes Modern Warfare, the remastered edition. Yo, that's gonna be cool. I mean, it's gonna be kind of a bummer for the people who said, I hate Infinite Warfare, I won't buy it to buy Call of Duty 4. I definitely say to Infinity Ward, is like, you should definitely sell, the remastered edition as a separate thing. I'm sure people would buy it even at full price, because I mean, I'm sure they're thinking as well, maybe people will just buy it just for Modern Warfare. Maybe since they did buy the game, maybe they'll try it, and maybe they like it, but if they don't, whatever. But if they don't, a sale's a sale. Still, I mean, if they don't sell it separately, which as far as I know they haven't, people are just going to look at it as a pathetic ploy to boost the sales of this game that a lot of people supposedly don't want to buy anyway. And I'm sure that a lot of people genuinely... I say this because, Call of Duty continues to be one of the top-selling, if not the top-selling game of every single year. That doesn't seem possible unless the majority of gamers buy it. So it means that, the same people who are beating on Call of Duty are the exact same people who are going out and buying it. So, and all that. So, but whatever. Again, the thing is, I like them both. I like Battlefield and Call of Duty. So, I've always found this rivalry really annoying and frustrating, to be honest. It's like, they both have things in their favor. And if you don't like one or the other, that's fine. Whatever. Whatever. And I must admit, I do like Call of Duty, because they've been able to just do a single player and a multiplayer both reasonably well, pretty much consistently, so good for them. And generally, I am a little bit more of a casual player. I do, especially when it comes to single player. I definitely like, I'll play a level or two when I get home and stuff. You know, it's like yeah, I want to win multiplayer and stuff, but you know what? If I don't, I'm not gonna get all, I'm not gonna go in the corner and cry about it. You know, because. Dear, oh dear. So yeah, but yeah, multiplayer wise, I don't really know. I mean, I've been deliberately avoiding other trailers and news about this game because I don't want to be spoiled for the single player and all that stuff. And honestly, I'm not really much of a multiplayer person anyway. So, but I'm sure the multiplayer will probably be good as it always has. I mean, it'll be interesting to see what they decide to implement. I mean, are they going to implement like 0G levels in the multiplayer and stuff, or obviously, I don't really know a lot about, like special powers or things or anything like that. So I don't know what's going to be available in the single player that might be applicable to the multiplayer and vice versa and stuff. I do hope in the single player that they have the same kind of customization options that they do in Black Ops. That's always cool. I love the way that Black Ops does weapons and stuff, ever since Black Ops 2. I love that. I hope they put that in single player. They probably won't, but I can hope, though. But I'm sure the multiplayer will be good too. So, so I'm definitely looking forward to playing Infinite Warfare and seeing, what they have in store for us and seeing how this goes. And if that doesn't work out, I'll go and play Modern Warfare, the Remastered Edition, because that game was... I loved Call of Duty Modern Warfare. That was so cool and it was so awesome and I really liked it. And that was, out of the three, that was definitely my favorite, because the short answer is that its campaign was the most believable, it made the most sense, and its weapons were pretty good, and it was just overall a really good campaign. It had a mix of just about everything, and it was just really good. It's going to be interesting to see how they remaster it and see how they change it. In all honesty, I hope they didn't change the sound of the chain gun. It's like, or the minigun. I love that sound. Like, dah! It sounds awesome. Don't change that. That was great. But yeah, it'll be interesting. It's going to be kind of weird playing a game I've already played. But again, it's going to feel, but I know exactly how this game's going to work out. But it's going to be interesting to see how it's changed and how it's improved and everything. And it's definitely good to see this game come back. Yo! So I guess I think that's it. So thank you for watching, and as always, thank you for commenting, liking, and subscribing, and until next time, this is Blue Star. Stay strong and pony on. Blue Star out.